Hello friends, have you ever wondered what would have happened if the ending of Frozen had been different? Today we bring you an exciting video about the lost ending of this incredible movie that could have changed everything we know about Elsa and Anna. Get ready to discover unexpected twists, new characters, and a story that will leave you speechless. Don't forget to stay until the end to learn all the details. Let's dive into this magical world. Since its release in 2013, Frozen has become one of the most significant cinematic phenomena of the last decade. The story of sisters Elsa and Anna, along with the lovable Olaf, has captivated millions of viewers worldwide. However, following the film's success, rumors have surfaced about an alternate ending that could have radically changed the perception of the story and its characters. Before delving into the lost ending, it is crucial to understand the impact that Frozen had on popular culture. Inspired by Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tale The Snow Queen, the film was acclaimed for its groundbreaking animation, catchy music, and most importantly, its focus on sisterhood. The famous song Let It Go became an anthem of empowerment and freedom, especially resonating with young audiences. The original plot follows Elsa, a young woman with magical powers that allow her to control ice and snow. However, after an accident in her childhood that nearly injures Anna, Elsa isolates herself from the world to protect both her sister and herself. This isolation creates a palpable tension that becomes the emotional core of the story. When Elsa finally reveals her powers during her coronation, she triggers a series of events that lead to an eternal winter in Arendelle. Determined to save her sister and restore summer, Anna embarks on an adventure that leads her to meet Kristoff and the cheerful snowman, Olaf. The alternate ending that has circulated in various discussions suggests a radical transformation of Elsa into a villain, driven by her fears and internal struggle. In this version, Elsa's uncontrolled power could have led her to make drastic decisions that not only threaten her kingdom, but also her relationship with Anna. This darker twist would have added a layer of emotional complexity to the narrative, exploring themes such as loneliness, fear of rejection, and the struggle for self-control. Instead of an ending where love triumphs and the sisters reconcile, we might have seen a deeper conflict that questions the nature of power and its consequences. This alternate ending would not only have defied audience expectations, but also opened a dialogue about mental health and the inherent struggles of personal growth. Ultimately, the contrast between both narratives highlights the richness of the original story and invites us to reflect on the paths not taken in life. Despite its success, some critics pointed out that the film presented a simplistic view of love and family. While Frozen celebrated the connection between Elsa and Anna, it also hinted at a darker side of family relationships and Elsa's internal struggle with her powers. This duality is what makes the lost version of the ending even more intriguing. Rumors about an alternate ending have circulated for years. According to sources close to Disney, the writers initially considered a conclusion where Elsa, consumed by her powers and loneliness, becomes a villain. In this version, Elsa not only struggles with her identity and magical abilities, but also turns against her sister Anna in a desperate act of self-preservation. Imagine a climax where Elsa decides to completely isolate herself, creating an ice kingdom that not only separates her sister from the outside world, but also threatens to plunge all of Arendelle into an eternal winter. This twist would not only have added a layer of complexity to the narrative, but also explored darker themes such as betrayal, isolation, and fear. In this alternate ending, Anna might have tried to reason with Elsa, searching for ways to help her accept her powers and find a balance between her identity and her responsibilities. However, as Elsa delves deeper into her role as a villain, Anna would be forced to make difficult decisions to protect her kingdom and the people she loves. This internal conflict could have led to a tragic outcome where Anna has to face her own sister in an emotionally devastating showdown. This alternate ending would have offered a more nuanced representation of the emotional struggles many people face in times of crisis. Instead of an optimistic resolution where love conquers all, audiences would have witnessed a more realistic and painful struggle. Elsa's transformation into a villain could have resonated with those battling their own inner demons, showing that sometimes people can become what they fear. Furthermore, this dark narrative could have led to a deeper exploration of the sisters' relationship. Instead of simply being an unbreakable bond, their relationship could have turned into an emotional battlefield where both struggle to understand and save each other. This would have added a level of dramatic tension that many critics felt was lacking in the final version. Elsa's internal conflict could have served as a powerful metaphor for those dealing with issues like anxiety and depression. By showing how fear and isolation can lead to destructive decisions, the alternate alternate ending could have provided a platform to discuss important topics related to mental health. It is important to consider how such an ending might have been received by audiences. Frozen's main audience consists of families and young children. An ending where Elsa becomes a villain might have been too dark and disturbing for younger viewers. However, it is also possible that it would have resonated with a more mature audience seeking stories with depth and complexity. Wait a minute, if you're enjoying this analysis of Frozen's lost ending and how it could have changed everything, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more fascinating content about your favorite movies. And let us know in the comments what you think about this alternate version. Let's continue. The initial reaction could have been negative. Parents might have expressed concerns about the message being sent to children about familial love and relationships. However, over time, this alternate ending could have cultivated a cult following that appreciates darker and more realistic narratives. Movies like The Lion King and Sleeping Beauty have already explored dark themes in their plots, but Frozen chose a more optimistic approach. This shift in direction could have redefined the genre of animated films for children. The concept of a hero turning into a villain is not new in cinema. Films like Maleficent have explored the story from the villain's perspective, offering a fresh interpretation of classic characters. If Frozen had taken this path, it would have aligned the film with other contemporary narratives that challenge traditional expectations of good and evil. Additionally, this alternate ending could have paved the way for sequels or spin-offs that delve deeper into Elsa's psyche and internal struggle. Stories about redemption and self-discovery are always appealing to audiences, and could have expanded the Frozen universe in unexpected directions. Imagine a sequel where Elsa seeks redemption after her destructive actions. This could lead her to explore new lands or even seek help from other magical characters who have faced similar struggles. Such a narrative would not only enrich the world created by Disney, but also offer valuable lessons about forgiveness and self-acceptance. Popular culture is full of stories about heroes and villains. However, the complexities that lead someone to become an antagonist are rarely explored. An ending where Elsa becomes a villain could have challenged traditional notions of heroism and sacrifice. This approach could have sparked deeper conversations about mental health, trauma, and the importance of family support. Some recent films have started to address these themes more seriously. For example, Encanto, another Disney animated production, touches on themes like family pressure and the search for personal identity. If Frozen had followed this darker path originally proposed, it could have set a precedent for future animated productions that explore human complexities. Instead of simply being a story about sisterly love, Frozen could have become a reflection on the devastating effects of emotional isolation and internal struggle. This would have provided audiences with an opportunity to reflect on their own experiences and relationships. Although Frozen has become a modern classic with its optimistic message about love and acceptance, the lost ending invites us to imagine a darker and more complex narrative. The idea of Elsa as a villain raises important questions about the nature of power, loneliness, and sacrifice. So, what do you think of Frozen's lost ending? Can you imagine how the story would have changed if this had been part of the movie? Tell us in the comments your opinion and which scene would have been your favorite. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends so they too can be amazed by this incredible twist. See you in the next video.